And so, the first thing, am I okay? I thought I was hallucinating. The first thing that we affirm, and I spent all my life, by the way, with President Arafat. I became involved in this Palestinian question in 1975. I was in Beirut by 1977. I was sitting with Arafat feeding me breakfast from his hands in 1977. His greatest achievement was to insist that the Palestinians will never become the Red Indians. They will never disappear. They will never go into that museum. And I know that not everyone supports Arafat, and I know that he made many mistakes. But by keeping this flame burning, he made it possible for us still to be a live, and I believe ever more significant factor in international affairs. When Arafat died, I was with him in the hospital in Paris. And outside were maybe 500 television cameras from every country in the world, waiting on the death of a small man, not even an official president, the leader of a small nation, which had been wiped off the map 60 years before, because everybody in the world knows that Palestine is the heart of the matter. It is the key to the crisis between East and West. It is the flaw at the heart of Western policy towards the East, towards the Muslim world. And if this problem is not resolved, there will be no peace in the Middle East. And if there is no peace in the Middle East, there can be no peace in the world. That's why I say that we are now at a turning point. If you don't believe me, listen to Rush Limbaugh, as I did yesterday. I know it's not good for your blood pressure, but alhamdulillah, I have my own cardiologist here now, our dear brother from Pakistan, in the back of the hall, if I get too carried away. I listened to this Rush Limbaugh. You know, in many countries, this man would be under arrest, or he'd be taken into medical custody for his own safety. He was openly on the radio, effectively calling for the assassination of the President of the United States. After all, if you say that the President of the United States is a traitor, if you say that the President of the United States is determined to take away the liberty of the people, then what else are you saying but that he must be removed? And the reason these crazed neocon Zionist lunatics have gone into overdrive is because they know this is a turning point. You see, President Obama has a number of advantages over the last fellow. I know I'm in Texas, but I have to say it. First of all, the last guy was an imbecile. He had the excuse. Well, I know you're all very patriotic here, and you don't like these things, but he was an imbecile. He had the excuse of being too stupid to see the damage that he was doing. President Obama is the smartest president you ever had. He's the smartest president you ever had. He's a professor, a veritable professor. And so because he's clever, he knows the truth. Secondly, he sat with people at the highest level of the Palestinian intelligentsia, and repeatedly, and for a long time, including the late and great Professor Edward Said, Rashid Khaldi and others.